live on here. Hey, thank you, Gio El Paisa. Gracias. Leslie, what's up? 2018.
All right.
All rise. Following already. Thank you. Gracias. Highly appreciate it. You only need, that's what somebody said.
Thank you.
A few people said that.
This is the 11 p.m. calendar on January 25th, 2025. Orders are given on the first of the month regarding the taking of DNA and fingerprints. Those orders remain in effect today. What that means for you in the courtroom is this: not every single one of you has to give your DNA or your fingerprints. If you have to do that, those orders are going to be on your paperwork. My name is Commissioner Beck. I'm here to do a few things for you today. Number one, I'm here to let you know why you're here. Number two, if you might be released. Number three, if you're going to be assigned counsel. The vast majority of you are going to be assigned counsel, which leads to a number one rule: please don't talk about the facts of your case. Anything you say you do can be used against you. Everything in the courtroom is video recorded, so please don't talk about the facts of your case. Second, I'm sure you're going to have a lot of questions about your cases. Unfortunately, I'm not your attorney. I can't answer legal questions for you, so please save your legal questions for your counsel as well. Finally, I'm going to be throwing out lots of dates and different types of release conditions at some of you. You don't have to memorize all that stuff. All those orders and dates are going to be on your paperwork, but that's why it's important to keep your paperwork and not lose it. If you miss a date or if you don't follow a court order, you could end up back here. Here's how tonight's going to work. I'm going to call two names. First name I'm going to call is going to come in the courtroom and stand at the podium. Second name I call is going to sit in the chair next to the door. Then we're going to keep on cycling through until the calendar's done. Okay, please get Cody Taylor to the podium. Connor Schuyler to the chair, please.
Morning.
Morning. Name and date of birth.
Cody Michael Taylor, 7/26/1990.
Thank you. You're here today on two out-of-county warrants. One of them is out of Apache County Superior Court. The other one's out of Apache Junction Municipal Court. Let me talk to you about the big one first. Is the Apache County Superior Court. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date is going to be January 29th. And they're asking that I hold you non-bondable on a probation violation.
Okay.
And then you have one for Apache Junction. I am assigning you counsel. You had a court date on the same date, and so you're going to have to make a call to
change that
to Apache Junction to get that changed.
Okay.
I'm affirming the bond set by the judge out there. It's $150 secured appearance bond.
Okay.
Don't pay that one, though, or else you won't get credit for time served because you're non-bondable on your other case.
All right.
So, again, January 29th is your next court date. So
okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
To your left.
He ain't going nowhere.
Connor Schuyler to the podium. Maria Serrano to the chair, please.
Did you guys see how he pulled away? He was strolling, doing that cool
stroll.
stroll.
Please.
Connor Schuyler, 9/24/92.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court grand jury warrant. The grand jury has found probable cause to hold you on manslaughter, a Class 2 felony, and endangerment, a Class 6 felony. These events occurred back in September 2023. I'm assigning you counsel. Your next court date is going to be January 31st in the Downtown Superior Court. I'm affirming the bond set by the grand jury at $100,000, but my understanding, were you transported from DOC?
Yes, I was, and I actually wanted to file an oral motion to challenge that grand jury finding or find probable cause.
Yeah, so unfortunately, that's not the time to do it. We don't take oral motions here. You're going to have to have your counsel file that motion, but at this time, you're going to be actually held. I'm affirming that $100,000 bond, but you're going to be held in custody until while you're in DOC's custody.
So my DOC detainer is up. I was actually released from DOC yesterday. The affirmation of the $100,000 bond, I mean, like, my family cannot afford that, and, like, I have a job as soon as I go out. I don't know what else to do, but, like, if I can't pay for a lawyer, like, I need to be able to get out and pay for a lawyer. I promise you, I will be at every hearing. I don't care if it's pretrial services, but my family cannot afford $100,000.
Sir, unfortunately, I can't touch grand jury warrants, and so you're going to unfortunately remain in custody on that $100,000 secured appearance bond. If for whatever reason you're able to bond out, then you're not to return to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim or witness or their next of kin, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, sir.
That was helpful.
Maria Serrano to the podium. Damien Adame to the chair, please.
Hey, did they say manslaughter?
Name and date of birth, please.
Hi. Maria Serrano, January 9, 2005.
Thank you, Megan.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for aggravated domestic violence, a Class 5 felony, and assault, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I have found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are January 30th and February 3rd in the downtown Superior Court, setting a secured appearance bond of $5,000. If you're able to post that bond, you're going to be on pretrial services release with an electronic ankle monitor. Furthermore, if you're able to post that bond, you can't return to the scene of the crime, no contact with the victim or witness, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. You have to obey any orders of protection, and you cannot live with any of the victims. And you're further cautioned that a violation of a no victim contact order can lead to a Class 6 felony. Please step to your left for your paperwork. Damien Adame to the podium. Matthew Birch to the chair, please.
Thank you, Megan. Hey, I'm doing good. I'm doing good tonight. How are you guys doing it? How are you guys doing
Sir,
tonight?
name and date of birth, please.
Hey, what's up? You're walking funny.
Thank you. You're here today on 3 separate matters. You're here today on a Superior Court new case, a probation violation warrant, and a municipal court warrant. So let me talk to you about your new case. You've been arrested for aggravated assault, a Class 5 felony, resisting arrest, a Class 6 felony, criminal trespass, a Class 3 misdemeanor. I have found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are January 30th and February 3rd in the downtown Superior Court, setting a secured appearance bond of $3,000. Sir, if you're able to bond out, you can't return to the scene of the crime, no contact with any victim or witness, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you have to contact your PO within 3 days. For your probation violation warrant, your next court date is going to be January 31st. I'm assigning you counsel. It's a $50 secured appearance bond on that one. And then for your municipal court warrant, your next court date is going to be February 3rd. I am assigning you counsel. That's going to be at the Tolleson City Court. Again, that's February 3rd, also setting a $50 secured appearance bond. Same conditions of release. Most important one, if you bond out, you got to contact your PO within 3 days. Please step to your left for your paperwork, sir.
Hey, man, looking at this guy was messing up my
Matthew
neck.
Birch
I
to
feel
the
like
podium.
I had a kink on my neck.
Guadalupe Longoria to the chair, please.
This is Maricopa County, Arizona.
Sir, name and date of birth, please.
Matthew Birch, 9491.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court arrest warrant. Probable cause is previously found of possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, and possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony. This all happened back in December of 2020.
Yes, I've been in prison for the last 3.5 years, been clean and sober. I have a program to go to. My release date was today. I am out of DOC custody. I was picked up by Maricopa County Sheriff's on this warrant that was filed 6 months ago. They took away my Senate bills. I've already served an extra 5.5 months on this. I'm requesting OR because I don't have any money. I'm trying to start new. I've never been on probation before. So I would like the chance to actually complete probation, go to my program, and do what I need to do to rejoin society. You mean?
Sir, now, I understand that. So unfortunately, the original judge who set this case has a $1,000 secured appearance bond set.
There's no adjusting that?
So not at this time. January 30th is the day that you could get that adjusted. And so your next court date is going to be January 30th, affirming the bond set by the judge, $1,000. And then you have a probation tail now that you're out. Is that true?
Yeah, I have. So that's going to put me past being able to report for probation. So that's going to make me have a probation violation being in jail.
So it will not, because of this court order that you don't have to contact your probation officer
for 72 hours from when I got released from DOC.
And now it's 72 hours from release out of custody here. So that order's been changed.
Okay.
So the next court date, January 30th. So that's the time to talk to the judge about having that bond reduced or non-affirmed. Okay.
No, there's nothing you can do?
No, not today.
Not today.
Thank you, sir.
Better luck next
Guadalupe
time.
Longoria to the podium. Alicia Pedraza to the chair, please.
Hey, some POs don't care. They'll just call for payments. Yup.
Sir, name and date of birth, please.
Guadalupe Longoria, sir, 92983.
Thank you. You're here today on 2
I was
probation
expecting a woman.
violation warrants. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date is January 31st for both of your probation violation warrants. I'm affirming the bond set by the probation violation judge. It's $500 on one, $500 on the other, for a total of $1,000 secured appearance. Sir, if you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Most importantly, if you bond out, you have to contact your PO within 3 days. Please step to your left for your paperwork, sir. Alicia Pedraza to the podium. Leticia Clark to the chair, please.
Hey, I was expecting a woman for that one. That one definitely was a curveball right there.
Alicia Marie Pedraza, 7/20/1986.
Thank you. You're also here on a probation violation warrant. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date is going to be January 31st in the Downtown Superior Court. Affirming the bond set by your judge, it's a $750 secured appearance bond. Ma'am, if you're able to bond weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Most importantly, if you bond out, you have to contact your PO within 3 days.
May I ask what the violation is for? And there's nothing you can do about that bond because my family's already told me no, and I've always came to every single court date that there is. I have a son out there, and I just got custody of him.
Yeah, ma'am, unfortunately, so it's for terms 1, 3, and 5, and because of the term 1 violation of the hindering prosecution misdemeanor on January 23rd, unfortunately, I won't be able to do anything about that. So your next court will argue about the terms of that bond.
When is the next court date again?
January 31st.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Leticia Clark to the podium. Martina Minigoats to the chair, please.
Nice try. Ain't nobody gonna get out tonight the way this guy is going. What do you guys think? Do you guys anticipate anybody getting OR tonight? It doesn't look like it.
Ma'am, name and date of birth, please.
Leticia Clark, 3989.
Thank you. You're here today on 2 separate matters, a Superior Court new case and a Justice Court warrant. Let me talk to you about your Superior Court case. You've been arrested for possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I have found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are January 30th and February 3rd in the Downtown Superior Court, setting a secured appearance bond of $500. Ma'am, if you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. You also have a Justice Court warrant. I'm assigning you an attorney there. Your next court date's January 29th at the Moon Valley Justice Court. I'm affirming the bond set by that judge. It's a $200 secured appearance bond. Again, that's at the Moon Valley Justice Court with the same conditions of release. If you're able to bond out. Would you please step to your left for your paperwork?
She's on a sick one, writes Martin. Oh, man.
Martina Minigoats to the podium. Orlando Williams to the chair, please.
You should be able to. You could bail her. I'm sure you can. Handle that. Handle your scandal. Cool message, brother.
Thank you. You're here today on 2 matters, a Superior Court new case and a probation violation warrant. Let me talk to you about your new case. You've been arrested for possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. I have found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are January 30th and February 3rd in the Downtown Superior Court, setting a secured appearance bond of $500. Ma'am, if you're able to bond out, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Most importantly, if you bond out, you have to contact your probation officer within 3 days. And then for your probation violation warrant, I'm assigning you counsel. Your next court date is going to be January 31st. I'm affirming the bond set by your probation violation judge. It's a $250 secured appearance bond, so total $750. Same conditions of release.
Okay.
Well, most important one is to contact them if you get out, okay?
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Orlando Williams to the podium. Adrian Begay to the chair, please.
I couldn't kick
Sir,
any
name and date
doors.
of birth, please.
Probably hurt myself.
1995.
Date and month.
Oh, October 3rd.
Thank you. You're here today on a failure to appear warrant. I'm not assigning you new counsel. You're going to go back to your original counsel. Your next court date is going to be January 29th in the Downtown Superior Court. Affirming the bond set by the judge, it's a $500 secured appearance bond. Sir, if you're able to bond out, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Please step to your left for your paperwork. Adrian Begay to the podium. Evan James to the chair, please.
Next. What do you guys think the next individual is coming up? What do you guys think Bagay is in
Sir,
for?
name and date of birth, please.
8/11/81.
Full name, please.
Adrian Tyrone Begay.
Thank you. You're here today on a failure to appear warrant. I'm not assigning you new counsel. You're going to go back to your original counsel. Your next court date is going to be January 28th at the Downtown Superior Court. Affirming the bond set by your original judge is a $500 secured appearance bond. Sir, if you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol.
Okay.
Thank you. Please step to your left for your paperwork.
Hey, I'm from
Evan
81.
James to the podium.
I'm from
Summer
81.
Maines to the chair, please.
That food looks bad for 81. She eating gators. I don't think he used any of that. None of those products my wife was always telling me to use on my face.
Sir, name and date of birth.
Evan James, 21205.
Thank you. You're here today on two matters: a Superior Court new case and a probation violation warrant.
Did he say
Let me talk to you about your
05?
new case. You've been arrested for possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. I have found probable cause. I am assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are January 30th and February 3rd in the Downtown Superior Court, setting a secured appearance bond of $250. Sir, if you're able to bond out, you're going to be on pretrial services release. And actually, I have to take that off. 1 second.
Yeah, he looks bad. He looks real bad. He looks like a Night of the Living Dead right there. Straight up. I wouldn't want to run into him in a dark alley.
Sir, if you're able to pay that $250 bond, reprint please. You're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Most importantly, if you bond out, you have to contact your PO within 3 days. Then you also have a probation violation warrant. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date is going to be January 31st in the Downtown Superior Court, setting a secured appearance bond of $50 on that case, so total of $300 secured. Same conditions of release. Most important one, if you bond out, you have to contact your PO within 3 days. Going to wait on the left, you're going to get new paperwork, okay?
All right.
All right, thank you. Please step over to your left. We have new paperwork for him, Deputy.
For him?
For him, yes, please.
Yeah, I did. Which one? I clipped a few of them. The one from the one with the dogs or the hobo. I clipped both of them. I did. They're both on. They're on here on both platforms.
Deputy?
Yeah, just for the first piece. Okay.
Hey, don't forget to follow.
you.
It's free 99. Free 99. You
Summer
out of
Maines
your
to
mind.
the podium. Darren Smith to the chair, please.
And don't be a Scrooge, man. It's free. Don't act like it
Hi, ma'am.
costs you
Name and date
anything
of
to
birth,
follow.
please.
Summer Maines, August 9, 2002.
Thank you. You're here today on a failure to appear warrant. I'm not assigning you new counsel. You're going to go back to your original counsel. Your next court date is going to be February 4th in the Downtown Superior Court. Affirming the bond set by your original judge is a $250 cash bond. And if you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol.
So that just means somebody has to pay my bond and I can get out?
Yes, $250.
How do I do that?
Yeah, you have to contact someone that you might know. They can pay that for you.
Okay,
They'll
thank you.
have to come down here to pay it, okay?
Hey,
Down here?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Please step to your left.
if you love your parents,
Darren Smith
you'll
to the
like.
podium.
If you hate your parents,
Hassan
you
to the
like.
chair, please.
If you love your kids, you'll like. Man, I'm sounding like those YouTube
name and date of
videos that my
birth,
daughter
Darren
watches.
Wayne Smith, Jr., 729, 2000.
Like if you
Thank you.
if
You're
you
here
love
today
your
on a
parents,
Superior Court
subscribe.
Arrest warrant. Probable cause is previously found for possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony. Possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. This happened back in June of 2024. I'm assigning you counsel. Your next court dates are going to be January 30th and February 3rd in the Downtown Superior Court. Affirming the bond set by the judge is a $100 secured appearance bond. Sir, if you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. One, please step to your left for your paperwork.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
If you're
Abdul
breathing,
Rahman Hassan
if
to
you're
the
breathing
podium.
like,
Jasmine Sipe to the chair, please.
just like it, subscribe,
Name and date of birth, please.
forward.
Rahman Hassan, 11 January 2000.
Thank you. You're here today on the Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for criminal damage, a Class 6 felony. I have found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are going to be February 10th and February 12th in the Downtown Superior Court. Upon your promise to appear, I'm going to be releasing you to the supervision of pretrial services, but you have some conditions you have to follow. You're going to be fitted with an electronic ankle monitor. You cannot go back to the scene of the crime, so you can't go back to your mom's house. You're not to have any contact with the victim, so no contact with your mom.
My mom didn't press any charges, though. She said she forgave me.
It doesn't matter. At this point, you can't have contact with your mother. You're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. If there's any orders of protection put out against you, you have to follow those orders. and you cannot go back and live. I don't know if you were living with your mother at this time. You can't go back and live with her either.
Until the case is over, right?
Until a judge tells you you can go back, you can't go back. And the next time you can talk to a judge is going to be February 10th.
So today I get to go home?
You get to leave, but you don't get to go home. You don't get to go.
I can leave today, though.
You can leave today, though. So you're allowed one civil standby with local law enforcement to return to residence to collect your essential belongings, but you're cautioned that a violation of a no victim contact order could lead to another Class 6 felony.
So a police officer gonna take me to the house to pick up my stuff?
No. You have to call them to go get your stuff, okay? You have to make an appointment.
With the officer?
Yep.
And he drives me there?
Nope. You have to get there on your own.
And he meets me there?
Yeah, once you make an appointment. So, sir, do you understand all these conditions?
Hell no.
Very easy. Thank you for your generosity.
Okay, and do you promise to follow all these conditions?
Yeah, hopefully get back to being back home, being a good kid,
Okay, do you have a place to stay?
Yeah, I go to my grandmother's house.
Okay, that's fine. And, sir, do you promise to appear on February 10th and February 12th at the Downtown Superior Court?
Yeah, I promise to appear.
Okay. Sir, upon your promise to appear, I'll be releasing you today to the Supervision of Pretrial Services. Once you're released, it's your responsibility to call them during normal business hours. If you don't call them, once you're released, you could end up back here. Do you understand that?
Call who?
Pretrial Services.
What do I call them for?
Yeah, they're going to be supervising you when you're out.
Supervising me in what way?
They're going to be supervising you while you're out until your next court date.
So, are they going to be, around me all day?
No, they're not. But they're going to check up on you, okay?
Oh, okay.
But you have to call them okay? Once you're out.
Okay, this is going to be on the paperwork, right?
It's going to be on your paperwork. Do you promise to call them?
Yeah, inshallah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Hey, the mom, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
Right now, she's relieved right now. She don't have to deal with this fool. Like, man, mi hijo es un
Gentlemen, slide to the
idiota.
podium. Denzel Young to the chair, please.
I think it was something I get as his mom. We'll go ahead and give him one of these. Wow.
First, please.
$193.
Thank you. You're here today in the Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for possession of dangerous drugs, Class 4 felony, possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony, and criminal trespass, a Class 3 misdemeanor. I have found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are February 10th and February 12th in the Downtown Superior Court. Upon your promise to appear, I'm going to be releasing you to pretrial services today. There are some conditions to your release. You're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Do you understand these conditions?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you promise to follow these conditions?
Yes.
Do you promise to appear on February 10th and February 12th at the Downtown Superior Court?
Yes, Your Honor.
Upon your promise to appear, you'll be released to the Supervision of Pretrial Services. Ma'am, it's your responsibility to call them once you're released during normal business hours. If you don't call them, you could end up back here. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Please step to your left for your paperwork. Denzel Young to the podium.
Hey, if you haven't done so, go to my profile. Check the last video that I put up. The girl with the 5 dogs. But you might throw up, so
Sir,
you've been warned.
Please.
Denzel Young, October 29, 1994.
Thank you. You're here today in a Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, possession of a weapon in a drug offense, a Class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. I have found probable cause. I'm not assigning you an attorney because I'm not finding you indigent at this time. Sir, if you find yourself without an attorney by your next court date, would you please request an attorney of the next judge? Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
The dogs.
Your next court dates are going to be February 10th and February 12th at the Downtown Superior Court. Upon your promise to appear, I'm going to be releasing you today. You got to follow a few conditions. Once you're released, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes, sir.
Do you promise to follow those conditions?
Yes, sir.
Promise to appear on February 10th and February 12th at the Downtown Superior Court.
Yes, sir.
Upon your promise to appear, I'm going to be releasing you on your own cognizance today. Please step to your left for your paperwork.
Thank you.
Hey,
Christian Meta to the podium.
I've never seen
Eduardo
somebody get a
Salas to the
protective
chair,
order
please.
against dogs. That's bananas. I just saw the video. What do you think? Oh, man. Hopefully it
Sir,
didn't
name and
involve
date of birth, please.
peanut butter.
Christian Mena, June 10, 2005.
Thank you. You're here today on a Justice Court new case out of the South Mountain Justice Court. You've been arrested for exceeding the posted speed by more than 20 miles per hour, Class 1 misdemeanor, reckless driving, Class 1 misdemeanor. I have found probable cause. And actually, sir, with these charges, you are not entitled to free counsel, but you can hire your own counsel. Do you understand that?
I do.
Hey, She has to have supervised visits. She can't have contact
Sir,
by
your next
herself.
court date is going to be February 12th. Again, that's at the South Mountain Justice Court. Upon your promise to appear, I'm going to be releasing you today. There's some conditions you have to follow. Once you're released, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Do you understand those conditions?
I do.
And do you promise to follow those conditions?
I do.
Promise to appear on February 12th at the South Mountain Justice Court?
I do.
Upon your promise to appear, I'm going to be releasing you on your own recognizance today. If you want to just wait there for a second, we're going to print out new paperwork for you, okay? All right, please step to your left.
Thank you.
Hey, did you guys see the hobo one? That one's mandatory too. I had to clip that one. There was just no way around it. The hobo and the 5 dogs. Hey, that right there, that made my night.
Paperwork for Mr. Mehta. Thank you. Eduardo Salas to the podium, please.
Next.
Sir, name and date of birth, please.
Eduardo Alejandro Salas, February 3rd, 2000.
Thank you. You're here today in the Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for resisting arrest, a Class 6 felony, and obstructing government operations, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I have found probable cause. I am assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are February 10th and February 12th at the Downtown Superior Court. Sir, upon your promise to appear, I'm going to be releasing you today, okay? But there's some conditions you have to follow. No contact with any of the witnesses or officers, and you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Do you understand all these conditions?
Yes.
Do you promise to follow all these conditions?
Yes.
Do you promise to appear on February 10th and February 12th at the Downtown Superior Court?
Yes.
Upon your promise to appear, I'm going to be releasing you on your own recognizance today. Please step to your left for your paperwork.
Thank you.
Hey, please follow my second account. It's pinned at the top. CollectCallFrom on.
Finally, for Ulisa Burkhead,
YT.
my understanding is I have to visit her back at her cell. She poses a threat, risk of harm to herself or to others. Ulisa Burkhead, date of birth 3/16/2000, is here on 2 cases, a Superior Court new case and a probation violation warrant. As to her new case, she's been arrested for 2 counts of aggravated assault, Class 6 felony. I have found probable cause. I am assigning counsel. Her next court dates are January 30th and February 3rd in the Downtown Superior Court, setting a secured appearance bond of $5,000. If she's able to post that bond, not to return to the scene of the crime, no contact with any victim or witness, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, must contact her case manager within 24 hours. Must contact a probation officer within 3 days. She may not return to the scene of the crime unless transported there for valid medical purposes. As to her probation violation warrant, I am assigning counsel. The next court date is going to be January 31st in the Downtown Superior Court, setting a secured appearance bond of $50. Same conditions of release, most important one being if she bonds out, she must contact a probation officer within 3 days. After I visit with Ms. Burkhead, if I'm to make any changes to these release conditions, I will come back on the record to make those changes. This concludes the 11 p.m. calendar.
Damn, that was fast today, man. It was 27 minutes long today. They cut the stream.